Yay.
So these are all the
One more
people.
day.
All the people.
That's
Okay.
the nurse that I need for you to meet because
Yeah.
she refused to believe you exist.
She in the hospital. Like a little ninja coming in and out.
Because I keep saying Boudreaux, but nobody knows who Boudreaux is. I see
Oh, you know, because I'm relatively new here. I've only started here within the last couple of months, so everybody doesn't know me yet.
Okay, so
You went
what's
to-
good other than that? Yeah, I went to that.
You went to dialysis? Okay. Everything went okay?
No,
Why? What happened?
it was prolonged and the machine
Oh, 'cause you
stuff
did
kept
the-
going
His line clotted, his pressure went high, and it's because he clogged the line and he gave his blood pressure meds.
What did they wind up doing? 4 hours? Okay. Okay.
They gave me some medication and stuff for it.
Okay. Well, we'll check. They checked your blood pressure when you got back up here?
Nah,
He just came in
Oh,
front of
he literally
you.
just came back. Okay.
Just walked in.
Okay. Well, we'll check it again and make sure that it's okay, that we don't need to do anything else. And then, and I was just saying, did Dr. Lama talk to you about anything new or different?
No, other than you're going to dialysis. That's it.
Okay. We're gonna call him again today to try and get some more info. I feel like I'm in here like a broken record. I tell you the same thing every day. Because I want to ask him about getting a more permanent line. I want to ask him about where we are with
Right.
getting the dialysis set up outpatient.
Right.
Because that's something that he and the case managers and the social workers
Thank
work
you.
with. But
I
we
didn't even see
can
him
we can
down
aggravate them until they
there. I didn't even see him down there.
in the dialysis. You know what you mean? I just saw a little quick note saying that you were going to be in dialysis today. So, but it didn't really have any more details. So.
Thing kept going off and just kept stopping and replacing stuff, but it wasn't explained, so he had to explain to me.
Well, we will do our best to explain whatever we can, because some things are out of our realm, but we will, if we don't know the answer, we'll look it up or find the people who do.
Are you recording?
Because you're the one that kept it going for him. Yay!
Do you have any other questions for us? All right, if we get, when we get in touch and get more information about the placement outpatient and if we're gonna do a different type of line before you leave the hospital, we'll let you know.
The graft and everything else.
Well, the graft or the fistula, that's something that will take weeks to months to mature, basically, to get ready to use. But there's another more permanent one that they can put in the chest under the skin. But that's something that either a surgeon or usually the surgeons will put that
You know
in.
about the outpatient thing is, I wanted to ask that, he seems like he's scared to ask about it, that, I wanted, I expect you to be the one.
Ask me something?
No.
Yeah, you look like I did.
No, I expect to be the one
It
that's
depends on
accompanying
what the
him.
question is.
I'm about to ask him now, but it's like, I, expect to be the one accompanying him, with, going to dialysis,
Sure.
being his, basically his pillow, making sure he does this and does that, just sticking by his side.
Absolutely.
Now, we live at 2 different addresses basically, but he's by me the most of the time.
Okay.
I was looking forward to something in the area, uptown area.
I don't
'cause he
think
stays in the
so.
Treme area. And, I was trying to avoid them going by his address, which is in the Treme
What do
area.
you think about that? That's gonna be his call.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, but he hasn't brought it up yet, and we keep discussing it, and I'm trying to say the time is
Can I
winding
eat
down.
first?
See, this is like I'm saying, this is what was bothering me.
Look,
Yeah,
this outpatient,
No,
the
because
dialysis,
no,
setting
the
dialysis.
only reason I'm even like this is because early this morning, 2 other places was magically suggested to me that one was uptown and one was by me. I don't even know where these places are at the moment, so before I can just jump and say I'm going to this place or whatever, can I at least see what it look like? Or can I at least talk to somebody? Or at least get a conversation?
See what they look like. What do you mean?
You telling me to go somewhere I've
I'm
never
not
been
telling
before?
you to go
No,
anywhere.
not you.
I'm about to say, not you.
Doctors.
So let's work on this first. Let's first
Okay.
get you insurance. So you
Yeah,
have
give me
medical
cover.
insurance. Number 2, let's see what the medical insurance says. Sometimes they'll approve one place and not the
And not
other.
other places,
Yeah.
right?
And then
Okay,
the
so let's
case
go from there
managers and our
first.
social workers will present to you all of the options. Usually
Right.
they pick somewhere that is closest to you or closest to
It's
where you're
address.
gonna be, but just for convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're gonna be doing this.
But
This is gonna be
I'm
3
just
days a
making sure you
week. This
bring
is
your
gonna be
shit.
every Monday, Wednesday,
That'll be
Friday.
decided,
Now, y'all telling us this right now, but yesterday when we talked to the social work and everything, they actually told us that he was gonna be going to see the doctors at LSU. That he's gonna be transferred to LSU. They were
No,
talking about-
she didn't say transfer to LSU. She said he's under LSU care.
Well,
The
I don't-
doctor
I
that
mean,
he's gonna have is an LSU doctor, and he was real
And this is
good.
why I don't have
But you're not
questions.
gonna be
That's
coming
why-
over here. You're gonna,
Hey,
you're
look.
not gonna be coming over
Once
here.
they discharge me out of here,
Look
I'm
at
done.
me.
I know, baby.
That the
I
dialysis,
every day. I go to
Okay.
neurologist every 3 months.
Okay,
whatever y'all come up with,
okay.
his address. Period. He has the last say.
Let's see what
Absolutely.
insurance.
That's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
What
The
y'all
final
come up
decision comes
with.
from him. He's capable of making his
And he
decision.
wants to
We
be.
will get him all the information he needs to
That's-
make the best decision.
I had to do him that yesterday when they was in there discussing the same. No, it's all.
No, but you have to mention it, though. I'm saying if you
He's
put
mentioned
stuff on
it,
the
but
table,
you
like,
weren't
you
here.
put anything on the table, like,
They know what he
like,
want.
You know, they're not gonna know what you're looking for if you don't put it on the table.
So look, when the case managers and the social workers come visit again and talk about where we are in the process of setting up dialysis, you can bring it up to them, say, hey, are there any, if you want this, are there any options near her address and my address? What are the differences? And that's their job, that's what they will help look into.
I would gladly see what y'all wants to mean.
Okay, but you ultimately have to make what you think is the best decision for you,
Right.
okay? And we'll provide you all the information we can to help you make that decision. All right, what else?
Poop.
Food? Should be coming, is that left?
No, that's ice cold. It better be lunch because breakfast is cold.
Yeah, I was looking to see what time it is, it's 11:20,
Yeah.
so it should be coming.
Donna got a sandwich or something.
Yes, he got some
Anybody
food
else
I
have
bought
any
this morning.
questions?
I love you guys.
We love you too.
No, I have one more question as a thing.
Oh.
Sorry, that's okay.
Like, if we wouldn't have caught this in time, you know, did he catch this in time basically when he made it to the hospital?
This is, so, our team actually gave him some printouts of the
Yeah.
fancy term for what's causing the kidney damage, okay? And it's just one of those disease processes. Look, he's been having long-standing high blood pressure, hypertension for a while, and he probably had some underlying kidney disease. And unfortunately, the underlying process that he has, the FSGS that you'll hear us talk about, the letters that we gave you the paperwork on, that is what we call a progressive disease, and a lot of times it progresses to what we call end-stage renal disease, so requiring dialysis. So if we didn't catch it now, it would have been caught very near in the near future. Yeah, he would have started having the same symptoms, you know, whether they were symptoms of the high blood pressure or the symptoms of the kidneys getting worse, he would have noticed that something wasn't right. Okay. Or it would have been caught on blood work, you know, routine blood work too. You all right?
Your head hurt?
Hungry? You getting headaches?
I figured that because y'all want to say it.
Let me just get blood pressure checked. We'll check your blood pressure again and make sure it's okay, okay? Make sure it's not just hunger pains. All right. What else you got? Okay. I'm gonna check your blood pressure again. A lot of times after dialysis, people's blood pressure
Yeah.
comes down, but we wanna make sure, see if we need to adjust anything.
Okay.
All right? All right, now I'm promising you tomorrow I won't be here. It's gonna be Dr. He's like, I know that. He's starting tomorrow.
Even though they told us yesterday he might be discharged as of today, he's not getting discharged.
Thank girl.
This is why I want to talk to the case managers. Our team is gonna talk to them and talk to Dr. Lama, the kidney doctor, because we need to make sure a plan is set in place, and we need to make sure the dialysis is set up. I mean,
that sounds like everything was set up
at-
yesterday, yeah.
Okay, and that's what I need to confirm, you know. At the other hospital that I work up, we usually make sure they have an adequate access to do the dialysis, and we make sure that it's set up in an outpatient setting
And that's the
before we
only
let
reason I'm
somebody
asking, because I
go.
even told, you know, my kids, like, you know, I usually make it home at a certain time. I even have it where I set up my neighbor. That's the only reason why I'm also still making sure. I told a friend of mine to watch my kids because I might be here, because I want to be here when he's discharged. And if they sound like yesterday, they were saying he's going to be discharged today. And I said I wanted to be here when he was going to be
Yeah,
discharged.
no, we gotta find out if you want this room
The
too.
only thing put a monkey wrench in that was the complications I had.
Oh, I didn't
with
realize
this
that.
side.
But they all, they can't be scheduled for later.
That girl is working my nerves up.
We're not gonna send him out until everything's set up and he's
No, yeah,
ready.
they
So
explained it.
we'll let you know when it's all
They
set up.
told us the same thing.
I say use the red one, but go ahead.
Oh yeah, where's the other one, huh?
All right,
The red one's on the end of the bed.
Yeah,
all right, you be good.
I will.
All right.
It's
If you need
mopping.
anything, you let these guys know, all right?
Yep.
I will.
They awesome.
All right. Good to see everybody.
No, that's what you said. Do what you gonna do.